I guess the first thing that caught my attention was that I've never had any coaching, number one. So I guess I didn't know what I didn't know type of a thing. And even though I had been doing this for 18 years, I figured I'm kind of set in my ways and I wanted to be open to seeing what other successful people do that maybe allowed me to think outside the box and to maybe learn some things that, of course, I didn't know at that time. So I think I think I knew that there was other ways to do things or more efficient ways to do things or better systems to incorporate that it was just beyond my ability to know, or I just didn't really want to spend the time to research it. And I thought if someone already had those systems in place that I would glean the wisdom from them, from their hard work and research to make it easier, I guess, to implement. Well, and it has been successful. I mean, but how much more successful can it be, right? I guess you just don't know what the bar can be when you can kind of incorporate new ideas and thoughts and strategies and stuff. And so, I mean, I told Jim, I was like, I wish I knew about this 18 years ago, right? Because I'm glad for these people that are just getting started to be able to have this mentorship and coaching, because I think they'll accelerate a lot faster than I would. And I'm sure Jim would say that same thing, that, he learned a lot of lessons the hard way and took him a long time to get to where he's at. And I think now that the systems are in place, it makes it easier for newer people to get going up faster. So relatively new to the program, I think like 3 to 4 months in. So I guess a couple things are just in knowing that I needed to hire an admin staff. So 18 years in, I still was wearing way too many hats. And that was part of the issue, that I knew that it was just driving me crazy. It wasn't good for my own health and sanity, right? And so I knew there had to be a better way. And I knew that also I wanted to kind of sell the business before too long, and didn't want it just to be a one-person operation, so to speak, where the value was just in me and not in the business. So I knew I needed to put some things in place to kind of make it more beneficial in the short term, as well as profitable when I go to sell it. And so I knew that I needed to hire. Basically it came down to, I knew I needed to spend more money, right? Because you have to spend money to make money sometimes. And I guess I was always looking at it as, how much net am I getting from the work, which was very high when I'm doing most of the work. But I needed to get different systems in place and different people in place to be able to take some load off my shoulders, but also to be able to make it a turnkey type of a business. And so one of the things we've incorporated January 1st was hiring an administrator. And so that was the first time I've done that. And so I'm kind of working through the training process with her. Also adding dryer vent cleaning, which I had never even considered before, but that was brought to my attention through this program. So being in Colorado, there's some slower months in the winter, obviously, and that has allowed me to make some additional money that I wouldn't have made otherwise. I mean, the one-on-one coaching calls that happen weekly with Tom, who is my specific coach, has been great. Tom has walked me through everything I've asked him to. They're very accessible, meaning, it's not like they sign you up and then you don't hear from them, or they don't follow up with you, or they don't return your calls or whatever. Like that's always, I guess, a concern, right? When you spend a lump sum of money to sign up for something and then you have the ongoing costs, well, how much value is there going to be in that ongoing cost? And to me, between this boot camp and just the one-on-one coachings, the Zoom calls, the email blasts, the different communication has been more than I could have imagined. So the value has been there already for me in just 4 months in, for sure.